Wish I had a stronger camera so you could see this creepy crawly gas. It's coming from here. You can watch it. Look, it's coming up here, and it's curling, and it's rolling out that way. Oh, and you can even see a shadow in it too, a shadow beam. Bam. Man, that is whoa. So, man, come on. Clicking autofocus. There it is. You can just watch it move along. This stuff is like, it's like it's self-propelled, like it's crawling. Spookiest. That is some. It looks like water too, kind of in a way. This is some spooky stuff. Really spooky. And it's got a dark spot in the middle, man, like a shadow with some wings. But look, at the same time, we do have an airplane present. Like, look, is that airplane beam in this area here and causing this thing like that movie with Luke Perry, man, where they would drag the freaking plasma vortex engine on a string from a fucking jet, and they create some kind of fucking crazy weather shit. And they were like, "Are you insane? You could cause a multi-dimensional fractal an entire breakdown of the space-time continuum." I mean, basically, once again, more of that type stuff. You know, if you make the wrong configuration, you could blow up the entire universe. Basically. Gotta get me a better angle on this stuff. Like, look, dude, this is insane. How that... Oh, dude, that is insane. I've never seen that before. Not that particular type of fashion of thing. This is brand new. And it's still creeping along like that. It's kind of crawling along, but you can see like a thick haze. It's being generated from over here. And it's floating off this direction. Because it's like you can follow the grain, kind of, but it's like you can't always tell exactly what's going on way upstream or way downstream. Kind of got to guess from what you're seeing. It's a lot like looking at a river and guessing where the water goes one way or another. I mean, there'll be little signs. Like if you see a bend, well, you can bet there's probably an area around there where it pools up, changes the current a little bit. So it's going to throw off your lure and your bait. It's still moving out just like that right now. I mean, maybe, and hey, alright, with this whole Zika thing too, and with the potential of them spraying shit in the atmosphere, there's also that element on Batman where that doctor, the Scarecrow, was gonna give people some kind of drug that would really fucking freak them out. So, if you use these drugs that really freak you the frick out, right in... Oh, what was that? Oh. Right in concert with events like that, like the chemtrail blue beam messiah type events. Look at that swoosher. You could have a massive effect if you add in a little bit of psychoactive chemicals, which have been entertained in the movie or in the show X-Files, that poisoning your water source with fucking psychoactive water stuff. Bug spray. And Monsanto is the company making the Zika, anti-Zika genetically modified treatments. But they're the fuckers who create all this shit in the first place. So you can go back to Dow Chemical during Vietnam, Agent Orange. You can look how they poisoned a whole town. What is it, man? Seeds of Destruction or something like that. There's a couple Monsanto movies, documentaries, and one of them, this lady, they go on this, it's this French lady, and she just keeps asking the people that were involved in all these companies. And it showed how Roundup, how the advertisement was like, it is totally safe. You could brush your teeth with it. Total lie. You know, and these are the same people that make genetically modified food, and they've poisoned their whole existence has been poisoning people and making chemicals. And you trust these mother effers with, you know, with weather modification, aerosolized vaccinations. I mean, these are like Halliburton type multinational, deep double black corporate think tank, Iron Mountain report type, joint task force, compartmentalized companies, man. It just where it does, they can just at any time just we got to deep six this corporation's name, and we'll just set up under a new name. Well, and then there's the revolving door of chemical and government, and that's how they actually got the okay to say what is okay and isn't, what's poisonous and what's not. Is they would have the people that were execs join government, so therefore 10 years down the road they can vote in favor of their former associates. So I mean, there's no accountability. It's all about, I mean, basically it's all about getting paid for these people, and it's not just about getting paid, really. When it comes to, look, there's a camera right here. It's not just about getting paid. These people actually want to kill people too, man. It's Agenda 21, Georgia Guidestones, Sustainable Development, Codex Alimentarius, Executive Order 66, 1066, HR 1066, shit like that. T4 Nazi death panels. You got experiments where they'll be spraying like a hood project apartment complex. They'll like spray radiation in it, and then they'll have special doctors for just that place, and they'll send them there, and they won't really fix them. Their whole job was just to poison the people and then observe. Kind of detached, and it's all about the research. We're saving lives in the future. No, it's more like it was done on purpose. Here's the thing too. Same thing with fluoride. People might not know this. Okay, it says that on people that are of English or Caucasian descent, it only has a quarter the effect on. It must be because they must have been doing it to people since the Roman days or something. Or at least from the time of Hitler, it's been known that you give it to people and it makes them easier to control. And I mean, here, that is your biblical sorcery. That's what sorcery actually is using potions on people, right? Well, you put fluoride in their freaking water and it makes them kind of stupid. Well, in a way, you change their minds through a chemical trick. You're a fucking magician. 9 out of 10 magicians say it's okay to swallow your toothpaste. Yeah, and anyway, man, shit's freaking crazy. These chemical companies are related. We got the fucking pretext, problem, reaction, solution. Um, oh yeah, and it says that fluoride has the most extreme effect is on people of African of Afro. Look this line right here. Whoa, of Afro descent, and it has half the effect on people of uh, Latino descent. So it has the for some reason it has a higher effect on black people. So that freaking sucks. You can't tell me that's not by design. You know what I'm saying? That even if so, in a way, you're still giving. In a way, yeah, it's like two people drink the same thing, or three people drink the same thing. One gets not poisoned at all. The other gets, kinda, and then the other one gets hammered. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So if they can do that, and if they know that about how ethnic sensitivities to different things, man. It's like basically, I read this book. What was it? Geronimo, His Own Story, and it was talking about how when you take people away from their way of life, like the way they've grown to live and become accustomed with the land, it's kind of like there's a harmony that's built. Look at Persistent Surveillance Initiative. There's kind of a harmony that's built, and he said it was also in their religion that if they get taken from their way of life, that they'll wither away and die. And that's the reason why they kind of actually, in a way, though, they herd us all together and then segregate us, and they use us against each other. I mean, that's straight up. That's like the War of the Worlds again. One person has there's no immune defense for the aliens to even take over the planet, even though they got the technology. Shit like that. Dude, this shit is crazy. But yo, they've been thinking this stuff since way back, dude. Way back. Way back, stay back. I mean, I was listening to this manual from like 1944, dude, and it was like a government citizens what is it, atomic preparedness manual, and this shit had some crazy anti-spy type, all kinds of like weird, like they really did some thinking into that. That's like what a think tank database is, same type thing. They come up with these kind of like strategy plots and like points of operation, and it's just basically a bunch of goal setting. But if you get someone with this information, if that information gets into the wrong hands, it could definitely be used very subversively. You know, it's freaking crazy, and it is used just like that. That's the scariest thing about it. This is what they do now. That's like the Office of Strategic Services and shit like that. These are old corporate entity groups of people that made a bunch of they develop standards that they use now, but then they fade off into the obscurity type shizzle. Look at this, dude. There is definitely a lot of weird in that.